We're live. We're live,
There we
guys.
go.
Awesome. There it is. All right,
Sweet.
everybody. Sorry for being a few minutes late. We are live. You should be able to see us. You have missed out on quite the conversation this far. We've been able to successfully talk about tornadoes, head cams. we got my man Martin on the leadership council here on at an event, jumping on live, which is pretty cool. So I want to go ahead and just jump right into this because we are. Let me see if I can mute out this line real quick because we are running a little bit behind. But my name is Vinny. Welcome you guys to the Leadership Council. It's good to have everyone here. I want to go ahead and just start introducing everyone one by one. We do have two guests on the line, which is awesome. And the first person, I guess, to my left that I want to introduce is Martin. What's going on, Martin?
What up, MITS family? I'm excited, man. I'm here at a live event, so I'm only gonna be here for about 30 minutes or so, but I'm still here, and I'm excited to bring our guests on and just share today.
That's awesome. That's dedication, my friend. At an event on the Leadership Council, that's what I'm talking about, Martin. Thanks for being on, man. And just so for everybody who you know, if this is your first Leadership Council or not, this is the first council meeting we've had since Internet Traffic Live 2. So we've all been just kind of catching up. It's good to just see everybody. I just want to throw that out there. It's good to see all these faces again. I feel like it's the first time we've gotten together, since then. So we've all just been catching up. So thanks, Martin, for being here. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate Hustle. And then next to you, I have Ken. What's going on, Ken?
What's happening? You also had less facial hair at the event too.
I know, growing out the beard. Vince has me working, man. I've been in the trenches on my computer, growing a beard, not taking care of myself. Just kidding.
Yep, a man of many faces.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, glad to have you here, Ken.
Want to say what's up to the MITS community, and also make sure you post all your questions within our Facebook group, and I will be monitoring the questions and getting them answered for you.
Yes, and it's our private Facebook group. If you guys are new, this is your first time here, the Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/my-internet-traffic-system, and then I'll let you guys in and we'll have a comment thread there. And Ken's going to be managing that, so thanks, man. Appreciate it. Sweet. So next to Ken on my screen, I got Eric, the man, Eric Scott. What's going on?
What's up, man? How you guys doing? Definitely want to say hello. I'm looking outside my window, beautiful Southern California weather, man, 70 degrees.
It's nice. It's nice.
Hope it's nice where you're at, but it's nice here. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nice to have you, Eric. Thanks for taking time this Sunday. And you guys should know Eric. He's the ringleader of the Leadership Council. He's the one that puts together a lot of this stuff and reaches out to our two awesome guests we have on today. So, Eric, I just want to let you know we appreciate you. We appreciate the stuff you put together and really making this happen. So, thanks, man.
Good, brother. Sounds
awesome.
Good.
So, next is Lisa. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing well. And just so you know, Lisa's been running back and forth for the last, 10 minutes, taking care of the kids and stuff. So just so you guys know, she'll be back and forth, but Lisa's just an awesome person. Most of you should know a lot about Lisa if you're just active in our group and our community. So Lisa, thanks for your time this morning, or this afternoon. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You're too kind.
Awesome. How's business been? Things been going good since you got back from Internet Traffic Live?
Yes, I got some stuff rolling, and I'm not done though. I'm never satisfied. So you got to just keep going. So got to keep rolling.
That's why we love you, Lisa. That's why we love you. You keep it going. You guys want to talk about consistency? Lisa Fremont. You talk to her. So thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Awesome. So now we have our two guests, and I know Eric. If you want to put in some input on this too, we have Mary and Yuli on the line, and these two guests actually. Have been in the MITS system. Some are newer members. Some have been in for some time here. But Yuli and Mary both were at Internet Traffic Live. They had a chance to meet all of us on this council face-to-face, which is extremely powerful, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about the event and some takeaways at the end of this call. But I just wanted to introduce you guys, and we'll go ladies first. Mary, so welcome on your first Leadership Council. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to be on here. It's fun.
Awesome. So I know there's a little bit of a backstory, but Eric, why don't you pop in? When did you guys connect? To get on the Leadership Council, give me a little bit of the story.
Sounds good. Yeah, Mary's been in our community, I think for a little while. Mary, you can elaborate on that in a little bit, but she was one of the members at the live event along with Yuli. And so we talked very briefly. I actually didn't get a chance to hang out much with Mary. And Yuli, I think I'd already known him a little bit before. So from there, coming off the event, I just reached out and talked with both of these two lovely people, and here we are. We're in front of the camera to share with everybody our experience from the live event, and then just some more MITS stuff as well. So that's the scoop in a nutshell.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you, Mary, and I can't wait to dive into your story, how you got here, and just how you're using the MITS system. So thanks for being here. We all really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then our other guest, Yuli, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? I wish I had Mary's smile. I don't have that kind of smile to light up my screen like that, but I'll work with what I got.
I love it, man. I love it. Yuli, you know what? Ever since I met you, man, there's just something about you. You bring it, man. Like, you're standing up, like you're not sitting down ever. You bring. You're full of energy, man, and that's what MITS is all about. So we appreciate you, man. How you been doing? What have you been doing since the event?
I've been doing a ton of stuff. I actually sleep standing up too, so
There it is.
I sit down and go right to sleep, so I can't sit down. That's why they don't let me drive either.
Oh gosh.
I've been working, doing some stuff. I know, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit, but I had the pleasure of making that video with Vince and you guys and the VIP, and I've been trying to set that up. So I've been working hard trying to get that stuff going. So yeah, I learned a lot of stuff. So it's hard to stop working when you got so much up here. It's like.
I bet, man. I bet. So when did Eric kind of talk? When did that connection happen, Eric? When did you get to think about him getting on the council? What was kind of the story on that?
Same thing. I think I reached out to both about a week after we came back from the council, which you and we talk a lot, and I'm working on getting better at that, setting the next one up. So
yeah.
right after we came, I think I was at 2 conferences right after ours, if you can believe that, and so I squeezed it in there somewhere, and we got to hook that up. I might have, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Yuli, but I might have mentioned it to you at the live event. I don't remember about the possibility of doing this. So, but I think I had talked to you in the past too about trying.
Yeah, you actually hit me up on after one of the webinars, one of the practice webinars, I think.
Right.
You hit me up on Facebook, and we're like, hey, let's touch base and maybe get this going. And then I brought it up to you at the live event, and you're like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then you hit me up again. So yeah, I'm super appreciative. I'm very excited. So cool.
Absolutely, man. You're gonna knock it out the park.
Cool, man. Cool. Now, let's go with you first, Yuli, actually, if that's cool. And what we've all, as I said, and they've all mentioned, we all were at Internet Traffic Live, so we got to talk to each other, hang out and learn a lot about each other, and really kind of how we all got into this online industry and whatnot. So, Yuli, if you don't mind, just give us a little background on how you, decided to be an entrepreneur, what drove you to be an entrepreneur, how you found Vince, and really how your journey began with MITS. Just let's get to that starting point, if you don't mind, because the one thing I love about the Leadership Council, and I think that this is something that we were able to talk about at the event on stage, which was really cool, is we all have a different background, and we all use the MITS system and Vince's trainings, and Vince is a mentor and coach for different things, which I think is awesome, and everybody has a different story. So Yuli, if you don't mind, man, just take a few minutes, elaborate on it, and kind of talk about how you came across Vince. Yeah,
no, not a problem at all. As far as getting online, I've been kind of back and forth and consistently, I would say about 3 years, or as consistent as I have been. But, screwing around online since 2006 maybe, just trying to get a feel for it, like everybody else. Education's just stuck in the education world, chasing the next shiny ball. So I started taking a little bit more serious after a little bit, and last year was my first live event. I went to one of Ray Higdon's events, ran into Vince there, and then that's where the magic happened. I talked to him for a little bit, and then started networking with everybody, got into MITS, and then talked to him on the phone, started talking to you on the phone, started getting going, and then, I'm in direct sales anyway, so I figured that going online is just transferring that, that personality over to the online world, just a different platform. So I thought that it was a very easy transition. Turns out it wasn't, so I had to do a little work and meet a lot of people and then start doing that. So just focusing on what you guys teach and MITS, and you got, the whole, just everything, all the value that you get from just hanging out with you people has just been so great, and that just drives me step by step by step, and it gives me an understanding of what I need to do. So I was focusing on that, and it's been awesome. It's been really cool.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
What do you mean by you people?
You people. You smart people. Marketing people.
Marketing people. Us people, right?
Even, just sitting around having beers, man, you just pick up on even things. It's like just like the biggest thing is surround yourself with people that do the same thing you do and are successful at it. And it's just incredible the stuff that you pick up, even in just regular conversation. So,
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And
so, I mean, brilliant, fun, happy people.
Of course. Now, you said you went to Ray Higdon's event. You know, that's where you met Vince. And it blows my mind how many people that I personally meet in this industry that some way or another, their starting point, you know, they might have joined a system, they might have, you know, done some online marketing, but their real starting point for their online business wasn't until they went to an event and met someone. I mean, that was really the turning point. And I know Martin he's at an event right now, and I know he has to leave in 30, but Martin, one of the things that you've always talked about is really just the power of showing up to events and meeting with people there. You know, Yuli, you said you met Vince at Ray's and you kind of gone from there. So Martin, if you have anything, I mean, what have you gotten from events? Where did that kind of push you, kind of like Yuli, to get to where? If you have anything to elaborate on, just because I know you go to a lot of events, you're at one right now.
Yeah. Speaking about it, I'm actually here at a live event right now. I mean, events are everything. You know, if you have to get to a live event, and here's the reason why, is because when you're on your computer and you're just there in your room or wherever you're at in your office, it seems like, wow, this is just me doing this, and maybe this is not real, or maybe people are not making money online. But when you get to a live event and you're seeing the speakers and you're seeing people that are actually there, I mean, it just makes it real within your heart. And that's, I mean, without going to a live event, like you're trying to do this, you know, this grind by yourself, and sometimes it's not real within you. But when you get to a live event, I mean, that's number one. Number two is just the networking. I mean, I'm here with Russell Brunson, Mario Brown, these other cats I've never even heard of, and now they're gonna be on my podcast. So that's another big reason why, you know, to get to live events and just to learn. You know, always be learning, always be evolving, because the internet's always changing. So you gotta stay on top of that.
Awesome, man. I couldn't agree more. And you brought up a solid point there that I kind of want to talk about right now, and I want you guys to elaborate on this too. You know, when you're at an event, yes, you know, first of all, I truly believe you're investing in yourself for all the reasons you just said, Martin. You know, the value you're going to learn, the people you're going to meet, the way it's going to really expand your business. Now, at Internet Traffic Live 2, on the VIP day, we did something pretty cool. And basically, Vince walked through his blog process, and Yuli, you know, got to make a video and kind of walk through it too. And Martin, something that you said that stuck out to me was, you know, you don't have to do this by yourself, right? When it comes to the internet, you know, yes, you're on your computer, you're not in an office with people, but you don't need to be a one-man army. You know, Vince, one of the things that he says that sticks with me is there's no need to reinvent the wheel, and I think that's the power of the MITS community, is that we're all here doing the same thing to work off each other and make each other better. So Yuli, explain to me the power of that day where Vince kind of just like walked you through that blog process, and you've implemented it, and it's been a couple weeks now. Have you gotten any kind of results? What is that done for, and what trainings in the system have you been implementing for that?
Yeah, it was absolutely nuts. That experience was worth the price of admission by tenfold. Just even being in that VIP room with everybody else. The biggest takeaway I got from that, before I even get into what I've been doing with it, is the process, the breakdown, how it went. You know, like whenever I would post any content, it would just be like, oh, I'll come up with this title, and then I'll just start writing or make a video, and I'll post it up. I mean, but the thought that went into with like the whole mastermind group, the thought that went into just even the title, like how many different options we came in for title, then how we're going to break it down, and I mean, there was so much that went into it that I never even thought about. So just even using that process for my content creation has changed the way I do content. Not just making a video to make a video, you know, not just making something to make content. You know how he does a mini launch every week. How you guys do a mini launch every week. That's kind of how I've been doing it. Starting the process, and then boom, launch at the end of the week. So that video has been great. I posted it online. It's probably one of the videos that's gotten the most action that I've ever had posted online. It's a lead magnet now. It's getting me likes on Facebook. I was able to introduce it to, you know, I've never been a huge proponent of taking my business world and, you know, friends and family. Like I never throw that into the mix. But with this video, I was able to do that, and I got so much positive feedback from friends and family that's always been like, is that a pyramid scheme that you work? You know, those people, the ones that always give you that negative kind of feedback a little bit, like when you first start, like even those people are like, holy cow, like this is real. Like you're really doing this. I'm like, yeah, like you were in front of all those people doing that for real. I was like, yeah, this is what I do. This is what I'm going to do. So the feedback has been insane. So I think that's going to give me, I mean, it edifies me a little bit more as a marketer, and it puts me in a position that I didn't have before. So I think once I implement that funnel, correctly, and start getting the eyeballs on it, I think it's really going to take my experience and my marketing and my business to that next level that I've been kind of pushing for. So
awesome, man.
Awesome.
Now, Yuli, I've had the chance to know you and the council as well. You come off as a very energetic person. Like, in my mind, if someone had to go speak in front of 5,000 people, like, you could go up there without a problem at all and go do that, right? I mean, you made a video in front of, about 50 people in a VIP room with all eyes on you and a camera. And I know people in this community right now, the hardest part about, I think, truly online marketing and being successful in this is getting over your fears. The fear of putting yourself out there, the fear of making a video, a lot of those things. And usually, you're not a video expert by any means, right? Is there any advice you want to give, to people who are watching this Hangout that, are maybe looking, to get some encouragement to do some video? Is there anything, just as a person has a fear of that, was there anything that you could say or suggest to help people kind of get over that fear?
Yeah.
And when it comes to the video stuff, because that stuff isn't easy. It's really not. And, it takes a certain something to do it, but when you do something like that, the results are tremendous. So is there any advice, or anybody on the council, rather, open it up after Yuli, any advice on that stuff for making videos?
Yeah, I would have to say the biggest piece of advice I can give anybody who's doing video or anything that's going to put you in front or take you out of your comfort zone is that you are absolutely you're your worst critic. Nobody sees what you see. Nobody hears your voice like you hear it. Everything you put out there you're so much better than you think you are. I mean, I have videos that are awful, but I had to put them out there anyway to get better. You're going to be your worst critic. Just start doing it. Start putting them out there, and then you'll see that once you get a little bit more comfortable at it, then the sky's the limit. You'll just do it. You'll just keep doing it. So do it with
absolutely,
but just do it.
Absolutely. And what's funny about that too is you might do your first 20 videos, and they might not get 1 like, 1 view. You might host your first 10 webinars and not 1 person registers. But me personally, I've never met someone who's kept doing videos and kept doing webinars where the numbers didn't start to work for them. Right? It's just getting over that fear of doing it. If the first 20 times no one shows, but that 21st time, 5 people do and you make a sale, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've done Hangouts where no one's showed up before.
Yeah, and it's just doing it. You just got to do it. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? I mean, I promise the numbers will work for you. It's crazy to think about it that way. It's that entrepreneurial mindset. So does anybody on the council want to just chime in on that, kind of getting over that fear of video?
One more thing, just do it. No matter what you're doing, just do it as though there are 1,000 people watching. Don't do it with the thought that nobody's watching. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
They are watching, even if it's a replay. So if no one shows up, you still have that replay that you can send out. So
that's right. And I always say to be real as well. It doesn't like you say, it doesn't have to be perfect, but sometimes a lot of people put too much thought into, I have to edit this, I have to edit that. No, leave it in. It shows the people that you are real. You're not trying to be this expert. It's just a real person doing it and taking action, so other people can learn from you, saying, well, look, he made mistakes and he's doing it right, so I can too.
Hey, Lisa, I want to comment on that real quick, which I think is super powerful. And then, Ken, you can take it away, man. But I think something that's tough to realize, too, is when you make that video and you put yourself out there, what you're really doing is you're putting yourself in a position of leadership, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, when you're thinking about your business, especially if you're in a network marketing business, you need to be doing things not for yourself to get more leads or not for yourself. You need to be doing things that are going to give your team and other people success. And you need to really look at it, the reason MITS was created was because when Vince first went online, he didn't have a support system like my internet traffic system. He didn't have the trainings or the mentor to go to. He put himself in a position of leadership to, lose, sacrifice money, learn lessons, fail, but he failed knowing that it wasn't just going to benefit him, it was going to benefit the people he came across. So thank you for that, Lisa. I appreciate it. And I think she has to go run upstairs and grab the kids.
Hey, Vinny, I was going to touch on that too, what Yuli just touched on as far as the failing, because Yuli and I were talking and getting set up for this. I believe you said you did a Hangouts for like a year. I don't know if you were doing some challenge or something like that, but you did it for a year straight.
Yeah,
and
one,
you know, we're
one hangout a week for 52 weeks. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One hangout a week for 52 weeks.
Yeah. So that's a great way to learn how to get over your fear. But two other examples from the live event. John Lee Dumas, one of our guests at the event. He's one of the top podcasters. He touched on last year and this last event that we had about him becoming a beginning podcaster, and he was willing to be bad in order to get good. And then Vince, he always tells his story about you know, doing his webinars. In his first one, I think he had like, I don't know, 2 people or something like that, and then they both jumped off before it was over. And then his next week he might have had 2 more people, something like that. But I mean, here's where he's at today. So I mean, it's very real, Vinny, the fear part and the fear element. It's just learning how we're going to deal with that. Is many of us, I know I've let it stop me at different times, but the great thing that you learn to do is you just, like Yuli did, you find a way to keep going forward to the point of realizing you're going to be good at it, you know, over time. And that's what this is about. That's what the whole MITS situation is about. So.
Hey, can I touch real quick before I jump off? I have like 3 minutes. So I just want to touch on Eric, what he just said is giving yourself permission. Like my first 100 episodes of my podcast, I'm at 94 now. I've given myself permission to fall, fail, scrape my knees, scrape my elbows. If you're doing a video, if you're doing a webinar or whatever, give yourself permission to fall, to scrape yourself, because it's going to happen. Don't beat yourself up if you're promoting something for the first time and no one shows up. Like, don't let that stop you. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to, the next day you're going to create another one and do it again. Like, don't let that fear of no one showing up or looking dumb or whatever stop you from really taking action on your dreams, because that's what we're really fighting for. We're fighting to fighting for our dreams. So yeah, just want to touch on what Eric just said.
That's awesome, Martin. And you know, I think it's pretty powerful, you know, that you can have that vision and understand failing like that. And I think part of that too is really putting yourself in a position to have a mentor, because what we're kind of talking about when you're making a video, right? You're focusing on something that's very, you know, when you're doing podcasts, you're focusing on traffic, on reach. So you're failing at something that you know is going to bring you an end result at the end of the day that's going to get your business more exposure. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's also important that when you do fail, or what you're failing on is something that you know that when you do stop failing at that, it will help your business. A lot of times people will, you know, fail at things that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, are just holding them up and not pushing them forward. Am I making sense, guys, at all?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, if, for example, your podcast, you're doing 100 of them. When that starts picking up, Martin, whether you failed or not, you're going to be expanding your reach of your business. You're going to be getting more traffic. And I think we're all in MITS because traffic is the life and blood of your business.
Hey, Vinny, I just want to touch real quick because I'm going to jump off right now because everybody's walking up the stairs to see Russell. So here's my notes that I've been taking for the last 3 days, and it says fear equals feedback to win. So your fear, like when you, I'm sorry, not fear, fail. Fail equals feedback to win. So when you're failing, that's just feedback. You're getting feedback from the market. You're getting feedback from your listeners or your you know, the viewers or the people that are on your workshop, whatever it is. You're getting feedback from that, and then that's how you can tweak and adjust. And that's what Vince is doing. That's, you know, what all these people have done. So, you know, just to touch back on that.
Awesome, Martin. Awesome. Thank you for that, man.
All right, I'm out, guys. Have a good
Enjoy
one.
yourself.
Yeah, deuces.
Awesome, man.
You're right.
So Martin's out. So Yuli, I want to touch on one more thing before we bring Mary in here. Is there, you know, you're a level 3 member in MITS. You know, you've been at our event. You're full board, you know, doing this marketing stuff. Is there any training specifically that you're focusing on, that you're implementing, that you'd recommend, or any strategy that you're doing right now that's getting you results that, you know, you've learned from Vince or MITS?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm focusing primarily, my traffic generation is coming primarily from Facebook right now, because, you know, I used to touch base on so many different things and get no results, and now I'm actually getting results from learning one thing, getting really good at it and focusing, and it's been Facebook. And like I was telling Eric during the week, we talked to touch base, my favorite strategy now that I'm using, that I learned from MITS and from the live event, was is driving, like, the Facebook funnel within, like the marketing funnel within Facebook itself, driving a like campaign, and then from that like campaign, promoting a landing page or a lead magnet to your friends and your friends on Facebook, you know, touching base with them right away. As soon as you get a like or anything on there, just hit them up right away. Just get a personal connection with that. Build a custom audience based off of that post or whatever, that lead magnet. Use that to build an audience and then promote your stuff to that audience. And again, starting that circle, so that funnel is constantly going. So now you have more friends, you have more fans, you have an audience that you're promoting more lead magnets to, and it's just generating this wheel within Facebook that's just constantly running. And it starts with your like campaigns, and every couple of days, start a new like campaign and just start that wheel going in a different area. So you're kind of running that same funnel, but it's always running. So, and it doesn't have to be expensive to do it. You know, it's $2 a day, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, so it's not expensive. You pick out the ones that work, get rid of the ones that aren't working, and that funnel's constantly working inside. Awesome, man. And I want to say something real quick before I jump to Mary here too. Is like, if you're on this call right now and that just confused the absolute heck out of you, you know, with funnels and all that, and you know, retargeting and custom audiences, no, this is good. And I want people to understand that, you know, Yuli, when you first came to MITS, you weren't an expert in any of this stuff, were you, by any means? Oh, no. No? Okay. So the point I want to make right now is, you know, Yuli got to this point not just by, you know, downloading a Facebook course or just watching some training. He got to this point because he came into the MITS system and he didn't just take action and do the stuff. He really took advantage of the system and used Vince as the coach and really put a strategy behind it. And I think that's the part that people misunderstand about marketing and advertising with social media or search traffic. People just kind of assume you can go on Yahoo, put up an ad, and people are going to buy it, right? Or you can go up on Facebook, you can put up an ad, and you're going to make sales and conversions. You can download a Facebook course right now from Google, from probably the first 50 pages, and it would probably be a good course. It's going to teach you step-by-step how to put up an ad. But what it's not going to teach you is what Yuli just said, the strategy, the way to make it work for your business at most effectively and at a low cost. And I think that's really, what's awesome about the system, and that you know, really taken advantage of, Yuli. So we appreciate you, man. Awesome. It's people like you that we love in the system. Yeah, plus the bonus of getting a chance to have you and Vince on Wednesday say, hey, this isn't working, guys. What do you want to do? And you guys sitting there and tweaking it out. That's worth the mission right there. Just awesome. That practice webinar on Wednesdays. So yeah. Cool. He's talking about He's talking about our VIPs. For our VIPs in the system, we have weekly coaching, group coaching events where he literally critiques ads, and I'm there with him to really point everybody in the right direction. So thank you, Yuli. Appreciate it, man. But go ahead and pop in whenever you can. So Mary, without further ado, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Awesome. Are you enjoying your first Leadership Council Hangout?
Yes, it's so fun.
Good. Some takeaways? So how I want to start this is, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, how you got into this online industry, how you met Vince, and how you've leveraged the community, and kind of your story a little bit. Give it to us. Okay.
I started looking at online businesses when 2008, I guess, and I found MITS through another program. Well, because I saw Vince speaking on stage, and I was like, "What's this guy talking about?" You know. So I checked it out, and I went on to Facebook, and I asked to be a part of the group because I was investigating. So that's how I met Shelly, and that's how I got signed up, and yeah. So awesome. So once again, the power of events, right? Yeah, I know. Now you once again, I'm telling you guys, you got to get to events. Exactly. Every person, I swear. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Just like yesterday, I was like, that's how I found Vince. Like, we've all got to be up on stage. Is what we've got to be doing. We've all got to set ourselves up as leaders, if that's what we're, right? We've got to get up as speakers, and that's how I found Vince. And yeah, so I saw that he was having a live event, and that was the first event I have ever been to in my life, and it was awesome. I was really nervous, but it was really, really cool to meet everybody, and 3D, not just pictures. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. That's what I love about events, you know, because now when it's like just for us here on the council, like speaking to you guys, it's just, doesn't it feel different
now that we've all seen each other. Isn't it just weird how that works? Like all of a sudden it's just different. So you found MITS, you found Vince. What's your online business venture been like? Is this something that you've been doing full time? Is it, what made you just want to move to online, in the first place? Was it a hobby? Was it a full-time thing? Because obviously, you came to the event, you've invested into yourself, and you've been active for quite some time now, but how did it come to this, I guess, is my question.
I just want a better life for my son and I. So I know I can see it clearly that this is what is going to get us there, and I am working on making it full-time. So, but yeah, sorry, what was your question?
No, it's okay. No, I just think it's awesome, because I met you at the event, and you said you were nervous, and it's nerve-wracking just being on this leadership council call, right? I mean, you've really done an amazing job of stepping out of your comfort zone and putting yourself in a position to really face those nerves and really face your fears, and kind of what we were talking about earlier, overcoming that fear. So there's no doubt in my mind that's why you're here, and that's why you're part of this community. And I hope anybody on this call, that has any of those fears, that we're a community to help you with that stuff. So is there anything in the MITS system, because you are a level 3 member, that you really take advantage of that helps you overcome that, or anything that you really focus on when it comes to your day-to-day business stuff?
I was focusing a lot on Facebook. And I actually, what I've been really kind of scared of doing, that I've decided to go ahead and do, is video. And I want to start doing webinars. So like Yuli was saying, it was just like, do it. It doesn't matter if anybody shows up, do it, Because when we were at the event, the speakers were talking about how they had started, and it was really, for me, it was really encouraging, because, these guys are in their basement and their kids are barely eating, and, they're building their business, and I thought, okay, I'm doing okay, I'm doing good, so definitely the live event was, perfect. That was exactly what I needed to, because who was it, Martin, that said that? When you get at home, you're at home, and you're just behind your computer, and is it real? What am I doing? And then when I went to the live event, it made it so real for me. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter all the negativity that's being said to me about what I'm doing. I see you guys, and people who are succeeding, and people who are doing this and consistent with it, and which is key, but are making a life for themselves. And I don't know, it's really encouraging to even be on this call with you guys. I love it.
Hey, Vinny, let me jump in real quick.
Go for it.
Mary, you're a great example, and we talked a little bit, in preparing for this, and I'm just saying this more to the community than I am to Mary. Mary's a great example of really all of us. You're reflective of all of us, and I want to just encourage you in that, Mary, right now, because we all had a beginning. Every single one of us had a beginning, whether it was just business before we ever discovered online, or whether, we all had a first day online. And, again, like Vinny said earlier, we have our different stories. And one of the reasons I like bringing different guests on, and I usually try and match, it's been pretty consistent so far. We usually have a male and a female, and then we have different levels of experience for different people, if we can work it out that way. And Mary just kind of stuck out to me because she seems to have a great personality. But I think, Mary, you're more reflective of our community as a whole than, say, a Terry Lamb. And Terry is, everybody, we know Terry. Terry's great. He's the tip top of the I don't know, whatever you want to call it. He's the top of the game, for our industry. And most people in our community are not at his level. The majority of our members are somewhere between where Mary is starting up to, somewhere else in between that. And the thing that I like to do when I'm reaching out to different members of our community is to be able to help bring them to a venue like this to be able to express their story, you know, and we want to be able to encourage them. It's great, like Benny just said, that we've met Mary now. We are in your corner. If you didn't know that before, we're definitely in your corner. But we're in everybody's corner. We're in the community's corner. That's why all of our leaders, we commit to doing this once a week, and it's not just these times. There's other commitments that we commit to that no one knows about, and this isn't about making that point. But we are here for you, and we're here for the community, because every one of us has a story, and every one of us is at a different step in that process. And so, Mary, you are an encouragement for a lot of people. There's people looking at you right now saying, man, I'm that person. She is me, you know. And I just want to encourage you in that, and talk about that if I can. One of the strategies I had asked you if there was one particular strategy that you're doing right now, or that you're wanting to do, that maybe we can help you with. So I don't know if you had a question or a thought like that, you know, maybe from the live event or just in the trainings that is sticking out that you're saying, hey, I may want to try that, and I mean, this is a great time to ask and get some feedback if you have one.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been starting to do videos, and then I really want to do webinars, but I mean, I guess I don't really have a whole lot of questions. I've had so much help from everybody. All my questions seem like they're answered. Everybody's so helpful.
You know what I'll do is I'll reach out to you after and help you with the format on putting that together. Yeah. And then we can see if we can help you launch that and get that going. That'll be awesome. Webinar.
Terry's been helping me with like the videos. He's the king of videos, so he's been giving me some pointers. He's pretty cool. That's one thing that's so cool that I've met, like, you know, at the live event. I like being able to be at the live event and meeting you guys and being able to, you know, hey, Kenny, what was this you said? Or, you know, like just being able to reach out and say something, like ask a question and it be answered like right away. And I love that. And that's one thing I think that was really important about live events is
I think that's just, I'm going to chime in right now. I think that's the power of really our community. You know, everybody's mentioning Terry Lamb, and he's the top earner of last year in the MITS system. And I just want to make it clear, if you're new on this call, that MITS is a training company, and we're an affiliate company, but we're 100% a complement to your business. You know, I mean, Terry Lamb made a lot of money with MITS last year. I mean, I think he just passed the $100,000 mark, and that's on top of his primary company. And that's what I think I love about, not what I think, what I do love about MITS. Is that someone like Mary, who's just coming into this, that can recognize, you know, that she needs to get out of her comfort zone, do some videos. She can connect with the top guy that's one of the best, you know, in videos. And she can connect with him, and that's really the power of the MITS system is you're not doing this by yourself, right? You got Vince Reed, you got me, you have the Leadership Council, you know, because there's so many, this is something that I like to say, and I want you guys to, you know, elaborate on this if you don't mind. What I like to tell people, and I give two examples. I go, there's 32 NFL teams for the people that know sports, right? They all play football, right? They all play the same sport, but they all do it a different way, right? There's X amount of millionaires in the world, right? Let's say there's 1,000, just for the sake of this example. There's 1,000 millionaires in the world. They're all millionaires, but they've all done it a different way. And I think that's really the beauty of online, is in the MITS system, is you can come into MITS, you can learn Facebook, search traffic, video, and you can find what you're comfortable with and then make that your business and see results and get success with it. And I think that at the end of the day, you know, that's why this council was created. Everybody's doing something with their own flavor, you know, inside of the MITS system. I mean, do you guys have, I know, Ken, you've tried to chime in a couple times. I want to hear from you, my man. Do you have anything to say or anything to comment on? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that's absolutely true because people see me as the one that's actually using Craigslist to prospect for either my primary business or maybe an affiliate program that I'm actually promoting. So when they see that, okay, I'm generating, let's say, 86 leads, it's like, okay, well, what process are you taking them through so I can actually walk you through the process that I'm taking the prospects through, with the leads rather, and say what's the best way of going about it so you can have success with that. Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, and
okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, what you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, because this is awesome. This is a golden nugget, guys. All right. What Ken's saying is he's taken our Craigslist training, learned it, implemented it, and got results. You've basically positioned yourself as the Vince Reed to the people that you get connected with. And when you connect with them, not only do you just bring them into your business, you show them how you did it, and that's what's creating duplication. Because if you guys are in a business right now, you got to understand. You got to be doing stuff not just for yourself, but for when someone joins your team that they can duplicate the same process. And Ken has been doing an amazing job of that. I mean, top-notch job. I mean, that's the MITS system in a whole. He found his way. He found his training. He became an expert at it. Now he teaches people how to do it, creates duplication. I mean, Ken, that's textbook. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, man. That's textbook.
Thank you. Even taking some things and tweaking it after the VIP event, that's the power of events, I'm telling you guys. That VIP day was just absolutely priceless. I mean, I've gotten so much takeaways from the VIP day that I'm actually going to implement into the process that I was already doing to make that tweak to even have that much more success. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, so we have about like 10-15 minutes left. So I first want to check, Ken, look for any questions right now. But in the meantime, I want to, you know, something that we do on the council, you know, is we bring on guests, obviously. But I want each of you just to kind of give us something that you're going to work on over the next week. Yulie, you can go first, or Mary. Something you guys are going to focus on and work on, and then in the group, you know, I can follow up with the group and we can kind of talk about what you guys kind of did, you know, in that week from the Leadership Council. So is there anything that, you know, with your videos, Yulie, and then Mary, with you doing videos and webinars, is there anything that you can kind of put a goal on and the community can kind of help you guys push towards that? Is there anything you guys want to kind of step up and say that you'll get done?
Yeah, for sure. I'm willing to take that challenge. I want to have my funnel for that video that you guys were so generous to help me with. I want to get that fully functioning and get that audience going for that and try to get some eyeballs. I'm looking to get it. I'm trying to get it to where I can get between 10 to 15 leads a day from that funnel and from that lead magnet, and then kind of direct them into that. And I've got, and it just, again, from the Internet Traffic Live, like building that back end. Not only do I have a lead magnet, but I also have a back end where I've got an additional offer. And so I'm working, trying to get that sales process in. So by the end of the week, I'm hoping to have that sales process complete and ready to launch to and start putting eyeballs on it.
Awesome, man. Well, I just wrote you down in my book. Your word is now, it has now been stated, so you have 1 week. The time is now working against you, so you better get started, man. I'm just kidding.
You gotta go.
All right, Mary, go for it.
Yeah, I'd love to get. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my first video done hopefully this week, and I want to do within a week. I'd like to do my first webinar.
Awesome. All right, so first video. Let's shoot for the first video. And when you're done doing it, Mary, this is how I'm going to hold you guys accountable. I'm kind of just making this up right now. So how I'm going to hold you accountable is, Mary, when your video's done, I want you to send it to me. And then, Yulie, when your funnel's done, I want you to let me know, and we're going to keep you guys honest in the group, and we're going to post them in there, and we're going to get some feedback, because that's what this is about, okay? You know, there's people watching this. We have almost 8,000 members in our group. You know, this is about putting yourself, you know, in a position to, you know what, get better. It's the things that are hard that you don't want to do that are going to make you guys better. So I'm going to definitely hold you guys to that, and I hope everybody on the council here, I'm looking at all your little faces right now, nod your heads. We're going to keep them accountable, right? Cool. So do you guys, anybody else want to have any like kind of last words? Ken, do we have any questions? Anything else you guys want to touch on? I mean, feel free, guys, to jump in.
I still don't see any questions in the group. I'm hitting refresh, so no questions so far. Now, this question I wanted to ask Yulie, because Mary, you already pretty much touched on it as far as what your fear was before the event. So you pretty much said that was video, and that's basically what your challenge is and what you're going to get accomplished. So for you, Yulie, before the event, and it's go figure, that was your video that you worked on in VIP. What was your fear before the event, and then how did the event help you overcome that?
Well, it's not like you're putting me on the spot now, huh? I guess my biggest fear was, you know, my biggest, not fear, maybe it's not fear, but I'm one of those guys that just won't quit. So it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, if I'm not successful at this, and I've said this for years, I'm like, if I'm not really successful at this online thing, it doesn't matter. I will do this till my dying day until I am successful. Going to this live event made it to where, like, that time that it's going to take me to get to that next level has decreased by so much in my head, like mentally, just by seeing so many people that are just like me, who are better than, you know, some people know more than me, some people know less than me, but seeing how that success just sometimes can happen like that has given me, just my mentality has changed my mindset to where, all right, if I focus on the right things, I can get to that next step before I turn 90. So I know that success, that next step is going to come a lot faster than the one before. And I think Ray said it, and I think a couple people said it. You know, it took me longer to get from 0 to $1 million than it took me to get from 1 million to 2, and then 2 to 4, and then 4 to 6. So it's like that incremental gain decreases by so much if you just focus on the things that count and be consistent and just do them. And I think that was my fear, is that I can go forever and not, but now I'm zoned and I'm more focused, and I know that I need to do. So does that answer your question?
Yuli,
Absolutely, yes it does.
Awesome.
You took my example. I was gonna totally be like, well, yeah, what Ray said at the event. You know, it took him long to get his first million. You took my example, and it's a perfect way of putting it. You know, I look at that, even though that's a monetary example, right? It took him a long time to get to his first million, but it took him, what was it, like 6 months to get to his second?
Right.
You know, although that's a monetary example, I think it goes the same exact thing with the value that you're putting into the marketplace, making yourself better, learning, you know, the failing concept. You know, the more you fail, the quicker you're going to get to that point where you're going to see the massive success really fast. You know, it's going through those failures. So,
you know,
that's awesome, man. Thank you. Go ahead, Eric.
Vinny, is something you just touched on, Yuli, is there's a lot of mental garbage in us, and I'll use the same person we're talking about. It's easy to look at the monetary connection, like Ray's story. You know, however long it took him to get that first million, then you know, then like you just said, to get to the second million. But for those of us who knows the behind-the-scenes story of Ray's history, is he failed, I think he said, over 11 times, 11 different businesses over a number of years. No, so what's happening there? And Yuli touched on it. And there's a lot of mental garbage that we need to get cleaned out in our heads. And, you know, what I love about MITS is, I don't believe, this is my personal belief, I don't think there's a better place on the internet that you're going to learn skill development for, as far as internet traffic is concerned. That's just my personal belief. I think this is the best place you're going to get that. But the connection that you get from coming to live events and the different parts of the community that we touch on, that is the thing that's going to help launch us past that mental hurdles. And I mean, Ray's a great example. We look at him now, those that don't know his story, we look and say, man, that guy's awesome. He does a great job. He's a huge value. But the man failed over 11 times before he ever got to that first million. And part of that was dumping out that garbage in his own head. And so I'm going to use another example to make it real. Is Yuli got to benefit directly from being at the VIP day, but the residual effect of that, where the other 50 of us that were in that room, Yuli got to be the model, but I learned a ton watching the feedback that we all shared with him. You know, he was just the person standing up there, but we all got to learn what goes into putting that kind of video process together and all that stuff. So we all get to benefit by working with each other, and that's the thing that I want to touch on, that it's not just the money part, but before Ray could produce that money, he had to go through years of garbage. So wherever you're at, again, we talked on this earlier, is give yourself permission, like Martin was sharing earlier, give yourself permission to fail and dump that stuff out. But like Yuli said, stay plugged in and never quit. Stay plugged in, find somebody that you can relate to. This community is a wonderful community because we have the brand new person up to the most successful in this industry as part of our community. Find someone like you. I was just at a live event, and they said, find your event, I think it was your event twin. So look into our community and find somebody like you that's at a similar or a step ahead of you, and connect with that person and say, hey, I'm going to work with you. Let's reach out. Let's help each other. Let's become accountable and make it more than just yourself. So there's so many ways to make it real. And our community, I'm way biased, but I think we're the best community out there, as far as helping you through that process. So anyway, great stuff.
Yeah, Eric, I think basically, like what I said earlier, don't reinvent the wheel. You have a community of MITS members. You have Vince Reed as a personal mentor and coach in our system waiting to help you. You have people, as you can see, that are beginning marketers to expert marketers that are in the system. Everybody has a path. Everybody has a way. There's a million ways to market online. There's a million ways to run a business. The awesome part about MITS is that we embrace all of them. Whether you're looking to grow your company, grow your MITS, downline, whether you're looking to be a business owner or, be a coach, a mentor, a teacher, if you want to go to your local market, be consulting. I just think that, whatever your path is, this community, as Eric said, is pretty powerful. We're here to help you guys. So I think that was, a powerful way to end this, guys. That and I think really give yourself permission to fail. If I had to take one thing away from this council today, is really put yourself in a position to fail. Give yourself permission to fail. Don't put yourself in a position to fail. Give yourself permission to fail because it's only going to make you better. So that's it for me. If you guys all want to just kind of say your goodbyes, we appreciate, Yuli, Mary, you guys. I think you guys provided a lot of value today. Thank you for that. Ken, Lisa, Eric, you guys have anything else you want to say before we let them go?
No, I just want to say awesome job, you guys. Appreciate having you here.
Yeah, that's all.
And yeah, I wanted to add oh, I'm sorry, I cut in. Go ahead, Eric.
Ladies first.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Okay. Okay, well, I did want to touch a bit about that whole, being persistent and stuff. Is something that I've seen myself, a lot of people do, is have a goal, and if the path they take to that goal doesn't pan out, they give up really easily to that, they give up their goal because they didn't foresee, the struggles. So it's really important to make that plan before taking that path and foresee that you will struggle, so then when the struggle does come, you'll be able to tackle it because you knew it was coming, right? So it's not a surprise. So once you see something doesn't work, okay, fine, back up, take that other path, but don't let go of your goals, guys. Just don't let go. Just take another path. It doesn't mean you have to give up on it. It doesn't mean that your goal can't be realized. It doesn't mean that you can't get there. You have us, you have Vince to help you out. I mean, we'll help you find that other path. And that was something I wanted to ask really fast, Yuli and Mary, is how long did it take for you guys to decide to become level 2 and 3? Was it like a week? Was it a month? How long did it take you?
Took me a year.
Wow.
I was level 2 right away as soon as I met Vince last year, level 2, and it wasn't until this live event that I didn't realize. I knew the value that was in there, but like Vince says, I didn't realize the value of value. And until that point, I was like, there's so many people that I know just in my primary company and in my other and anything else I do in marketing that could value so much from this. From this training and all the stuff that I'm learning. I'm like, it's not fair for me not to share that. So right away I went right level 3, and I was like, it's not right for me to keep this to myself. They have to know about this. So this gives me the ability to share that. So that's why it took me a while, and I was like, it's just I've got an unfair advantage, and I think everybody should have that same advantage.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Mary?
Yeah, I didn't take. I probably just a couple of weeks to go level 2, and then I really just waited for my taxes to be level 3. So it was just a couple of months. So yeah, but I'm gonna lead with it online. So.
Okay, awesome. So you basically saw the power of it, and you've made that decision already. You're just making it happen.
Yes, just making it happen.
Okay. Okay, thanks, guys. I just wanted to know.
Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. And that was a great question, Lisa. And I just want to elaborate on one thing that you just said there with level 3. The MITS system was created for everyone to be a level 3 member. Okay, and the reason for that is there's a lot, and we could talk for hours on this. But really, positioning yourself in MITS, you're not just going to get the coaching from Vince. You're not going to get the training that's just going to make you a better marketer, right? You're going to save your money on your advertising. You're going to learn the proper way to do it. But positioning yourself in MITS, especially at level 3, is you now have given your team something to duplicate. You know, you've given them revenue-generating activities. You're putting your team in front of people that, you know, are going to be able to help them, and they're going to get the same coaching as you. And more importantly is also, you know, when you are spending money on marketing, and perhaps you do have, you know, a primary company of some sort, you know, we want to help you make the most out of that dollar, you know? So when you come up to someone who might be in a different business or in a different network marketing opportunity, you know, you can offer that person value and show them traffic and leads. You know, it's about making the most out of that money that's already spent. It's about, you know, providing value to the world and really giving your team that chance to get the same coaching as you did. So I think that was a great question, Lisa. That was a good one. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So I think we're cool. Yuli, any last words, man, before we let you go?
A million of them, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me be on this. I miss you guys. I realize that the MITS, just from that event, the MITS family is awesome. And just for Mary, just realize that when you start doing your webinars, and like Eric said, how you're an inspiration to this community, and you're going to inspire someone. Even if it's only one person, you're going to inspire someone. So someone will watch your webinar, someone will watch your video one day, so make sure when you start them to have that person in mind, and you're going to inspire someone. But again, I appreciate everything. I'm long-winded. I talk a lot. So,
awesome. Well, thank you, Yuli. And you guys can connect with all of us, Yuli and Mary in the MITS group. Just connect with them. They'll be happy to accept your friend request. But Mary, any farewells?
Say goodbye. I'm so honored to be on this call. Thank you so much for asking me. I know you'd asked me about or you mentioned it at the Leadership Council, Eric, and I remembered you. But you remember. Okay, sorry. At MITS event, you mentioned the Leadership Council here. So when we were hanging out on the VIP thing, and then I didn't really know what you were talking about for sure, but I'm really glad that you asked me, and I'm really happy to see everybody. You guys look really good. That's all I guess.
Awesome, thanks. Thank you. We appreciated having you. We appreciated Yuli. Lisa, Ken, Eric, you got any last words?
I just want to thank you guys. Thanks for making the time. Thanks for talking and getting set up. I told you you'd be awesome, so that's evident. So great job.
Thank you, guys. We're good to go. Talk to you guys later. We'll see you online. Join the group. If you want to get started with MITS, follow up with the person that told you to come on the council. Join in the group. You can join there, or just go to minernettrafficsystem.com and get started with level 1. You'll be on a phone with a coach who will walk you through the process and help you generate more traffic and leads. So thank you, guys.
Awesome. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Hey, everybody again.
You rock, Yuli. Mary, you guys rock.
Thanks, Lisa. See ya.
You're welcome. Bye.